Hey guys, it's Lefty back again in glorious 1080p and perhaps color corrected. The thing about color correction is that it makes the render times incredibly long, and it's a bit difficult to deal with at times. So we'll see. It's just I like doing it, but if I want to get a quick video out, I don't have 45 minutes to render a 1080p video that's color corrected to look all nice and snazzy and stuff. Even the preset stuff. We will see. But anyway, I want to talk to you about the news. It's been all the rage on YouTube and Twitter, and broke in part by Boogie2988, friend of PKA, and just a all-around awesome guy, very, very even keel, and somebody a good moral compass, a good man in a storm, we'll say, somebody that you can go to and know that you're getting the straight dope or the straight dealing. And he broke a story, and it's broken all over the place now, that Microsoft, by way of the multi-channel network Machinima, was paying certain YouTube partners under the Machinima umbrella an extra CPM, or basically the rate per 1,000 views that people get paid, $1, $2, $3 and plus per 1,000 views, paying people a little bit extra to promote the Xbox One. Not only promote the Xbox One, but not be negative about the Xbox One. It's important to note that specifically within the alleged documentation of the campaign promotion itself, there is no part that says that people are required to be positive or say only positive things about Machinima and the Xbox One and Xbox One content. There's only a provision stating that people are to avoid being negative or their videos will not qualify. And there's been a big to-do about all of this. People talking legal theory and the application of the Federal Trade Commission guidelines, at least for the U.S., and people just talking morals and ethics and what is advertising on YouTube? What qualifies as an advertisement? When are people obligated morally, ethically, even legally to notify their viewers that they are receiving a sponsorship of some kind, that the video they are watching is being paid for in part by some outside benefactor, whether that be a completely unrelated product, Tampax, or something else, or whether that be something a little bit more of a gray area. Let's say promoting a game console or a game. And there's been a lot of talk, legal stuff aside. I don't want to focus on the legal side of this, mainly because it's on my bailiwick. I can't tell you what the Federal Trade Commission would say. I cannot tell you how something like this would play out in court. Although all I can tell you is that the alleged numbers leaked, it looks like that Microsoft put about $3,000 into. Somebody did the math. It looks like $3,700 into an account to pay out to people at a $3 CPM. That means per 1,000 views. So, anybody that qualifies for this campaign was to get $3. So the FTC probably isn't going to be going around cracking skulls over $3,000, as unethical, amoral as it may be. But I want to talk to you about from a more moral sense, as is my want most times. And there's been a lot of people upset by this, and a lot of people are calling into question Microsoft, Machinima, and trying to find out what Machinima partners were a part of this campaign, and what people were selling out their opinions for a few extra bucks. And I think that people on both sides, on both sides of this issue, on the it's okay to make money from YouTube side, and the it's not okay to direct advertise, et cetera, on YouTube. On both sides, right and wrong, or wrong and right, whatever. On both sides, I think people are too quick to generalize. I think people are too quick to skew people that are trying to articulate differences in different kinds of advertising. Because like I said, if I just had a brief 30-second aside in this video about Tampax, who do you think's writing the check for this video? Right? But would it be worse if I did a video... Oh, dear, that'd be weird. It would probably be on another website, but if I did a video about Tampax and how awesome they are, and that was the point of the video. Both are in-video advertisements, and in both cases, Tampax is writing the check for the video, but one is an obvious advertisement, something that what did Tampax have to do with whatever the content of this video actually is, and then where the advertisement is the content of the video. That's just a few. There's plenty. And I think people are too quick to not see the differences in that, and too quick to generalize and say it's all bad, it's all unacceptable, it's all immoral, you're all money whores, you're all sellouts for this. But it shouldn't be that way to me. It really shouldn't be that way. And to me, looking at all of this, if you want to go lampoon the Machinima partners that were a part of this campaign, really the only thing in my mind, because again, we're not talking about the legal sense here, and anyway, that's the FTC's job, not yours, to go suing people. I forget how the FTC actually enforces their authority. I believe they sue people. I think it's much like the SEC. But talking about morals and stuff, there's going to be money whore thrown around and sellouts, and I hate those terms like a lot, because people just they use them as just filler. It's just all over the place. Money whore, because you take a check for what you do. And I think the only thing that people that is really relative to YouTube and YouTube viewers is notification, is making viewers aware that this is an advertisement, that this is a sponsorship, disclosure. And I know I've had a few in-video advertisements. I've had a few videos where the content is technically supposed to be the advertisement, and I slipped up. I have, I think Battlefield 3 once, or a couple times I've slipped up and not made it clear that this video brought to you by Electronic Arts and Battlefield 4, etc. I think I try to do it, but sometimes I just slip up, and I rationalize it by saying, well, I would have played the game anyway. I would have made that video anyway, even if EA wasn't there, even if this person wasn't there, and I'm sure a lot of other people would have. And that's another level to it. Would the video have been made if not for Tampax? What if I just really like Tampax? Is that bad if I forget to notify you that that Tampax is picking up the check for this video, but I just really like Tampax tampons? I should really find another example outside of Tampax, but I'm going to stick with it because we're a couple minutes into this video anyway. So I've made my bed now. I've got to lie in it, sleep in it. I'm just going to go sleep. But I think the big issue is disclosure. Now, you want to cry money whore, you want to cry sellout to people that are trying to make a buck on YouTube. I don't have a problem with people making money off of YouTube. I don't have problem with people making this their living, making this a primary source of income. That I have no problem with that. But really, the only thing that I think people should be upset about is the lack of disclosure, because if you do blur that line between what is we'll call it a discreet advertisement and what is an overt advertisement, then you should disclose. Because again, going back to the Tampax, if I'm doing a Battlefield 4 video and I just start talking about Tampax for 30 seconds, hey, this but just because of flow, I would just say this video brought to you by Tampax, just because it's easy and it flows well. But if I just start saying Tampax is great absorbency and blah 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 blah, well, what does that have to do with Battlefield 4? And then he went right back after 30 seconds to talking about something else. It's quite clear that was an advertisement, that was, he doesn't really, not advocating, he's not trying to blur that line. But if the video is if the content is the advertisement, or the advertisement is the content, I think there is at least a moral and ethical duty to disclose that, or at least unblur those lines to make it more distinct. Brought to you by, sponsored by, those kinds of terms. And I find it a little bit odd moving forward that there's such an outrage. Some people are so quick to be outraged about this, but do you really think Peyton Manning drives a Buick? You really think Eli Manning wears Citizen brand Echo Drive watches? You think he's not rocking a Rolex? Do you really think any of the models that do work for L'Oreal or any of the other makeup companies, do you really think they're going to the mall to buy their makeup to do it there? Do you really think they're sitting in front of it? No. They're not. Do you have a problem with those people doing it? Do you call Peyton Manning a money whore? Do you think Papa John's is heading on down to his local Papa John's store to pick up some pizza? You think Papa John's, the millionaire, possibly billionaire, is actually eating at Papa John's anymore? Still in his commercials, isn't it? Touting his pizza, saying how great it is. If you don't have a problem with those people doing it, well, maybe you shouldn't have as much of a problem with people saying, yeah, I'll I'll take some money to say that this is good, or to extol its virtues, and even if those people wouldn't otherwise have done it, even if those people otherwise wouldn't have an Xbox One, or play Xbox One games, is that really that big of an issue to you? Because as long as they make it clear or try to disclose that this is an advertisement. Now, the big to-do part of it is that there was a non-disclosure agreement as part of the Machinima contract. The people in the video, the people that made the videos, could not tell their viewers or they wouldn't qualify. And that, to me, means that the finger should be pointed more at Machinima and Microsoft than it should be these content creators. Because who is the content creator in any way on the bargaining level of a Machinima or Microsoft? Is the content creator able to raise his hand and say, no, I want this provision to read this, and then we're good to go? Maybe. There's a few guys, there's a handful of YouTubers that could do that. But is some guy with 50,000 subscribers going to be able to do that? 10,000? No, they're not. It's take it or leave it. And if they're looking at a few extra dollar CPM in order to tout a game or a game system that they may like that isn't, and let's face it here, people, they're not touting rat poison. They're not trying to say, hey, rat poison's awesome. You should totally check it out. I drink rat poison every day and it's awesome. Rat poison. It's great. They're not saying that. It's a game console. It's not bad. It's not killing people. You may not like it, but it's not an inherently bad or evil product. And this all to me sums up to, well, people should probably be a little bit more mad at Machinima or Microsoft for making people hide the fact that these were sponsorship or paid advertisements from the viewers. The content creators aren't in a position to bargain effectively for those kinds of things or for that freedom. They're just not. It's the very definition of take it or leave it. And in this industry, when you're a smaller guy, take it or leave it. $3 CPM is a pretty big deal to some channels. And one final thought as we close out the video. To everybody that may be upset and crying money whore and upset about selling out and all these things, because it's not like other people, you still watch Peyton Manning on Sundays, you still watch you still eat Papa John's pizza, or you still watch Papa John on TV, whatever. I wonder how many of these people, a lot of them, I wonder how many of them are crying that YouTubers were trying to make a few extra dollars by promoting the Xbox One. And I wonder how many of them run ad block. How many of them are saying, you shouldn't make extra money by promoting something you shouldn't make extra money. There shouldn't be direct advertisements on YouTube. You shouldn't be taking money to promote something in your video. It should only be ads, and even then, maybe not, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. How many of those people run ad block? How many of those people perhaps watch on mobile, knowing full well that the content creator doesn't get any kind of cut from any ads shown on that? It seems a little bit. It seems like there's a big chance, although it's not definite. It seems like there's a big chance for hypocrisy there, to decry a YouTuber for direct in-video advertising, but to turn around and then actively deny that YouTuber income from more acceptable advertising streams. I don't know. I wonder how many people out there are doing it. I'm guessing a few. I'm guessing more than a few. I'm guessing a lot. But you probably never get those people to admit their hypocrisy, or to at least admit the irony in which they cry at YouTubers for being money whores and sellouts for direct video advertising. How come ads aren't enough for you? And then they run ad block or any other way to avoid advertisements. It's interesting, but it's something that it's one of those things that I'm always very skeptic of people that are so quick to cry money whore or to cry sellout at YouTube personalities. But that does not mean in this case that there wasn't an ethical or moral duty to disclose. And if they didn't do that, okay, well that's a misstep, and that's a little bit wrong. I would say that you should probably keep in mind that these are probably smaller channels that can't bargain for the freedom to disclose, and they might need the money. And so maybe we should look more at Machinima and Microsoft if this is indeed legit, because I'm still a little bit skeptical of the idea that Microsoft wants to promote the Xbox One, but they only give out a couple $1,000s, not even in the tens of thousands. It seems a little odd to me, so I'm sticking to my alleged moniker here. But anyway, guys, this is my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. More to come along the way. The march to 100K continues to roll on. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.